when I tried to find the first material, okay, I didn't know what bikinis were made of. I went into the shops and looked at their tags and like, I just opened Google Maps and was like, all right, I'm just gonna go to every textile shop and see if they have something to start with. Spent a lot of time researching on the internet, and then I just had a list of, I think, 50 textile shops, and I just called one after the other, asking, do you have something that I can make swimwear out of? And everybody was like, nah, I think you should go to this and that factory, or now we don't. And out of 50, I found 3 shops that said like, yeah, maybe, come pass by. And then I just passed by to those 3 shops and ended, I think only 2 shops had something that was like, you know, kind of felt smooth and flexible enough. So I bought like a few colors, and in the beginning, it's funny, like now I still have the bikinis from that year, that was end of 2014, and it's like totally rough if you compare it to the quality that we have right now. But back then, for me, I was super stoked. I was like, all right, we're gonna make something out of it. But in the end, like if our quality is not even as good as the ones from other brands who are making it in the factory, then at some point this is not gonna work out. We will have to find like somebody to to make them for us. And it was the same point where that lady that I was working with, she was a really good sewer. But she had some family problems, and she just left me one day, and I was like crying, and I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm all alone. And I was really about to hit my head on the wall and just give up. And I just asked some friends to come over and help me cut, you know, like some 学妹, like the younger students from my school who were studying design. I just asked them to come help, and they were doing horrible work, but at least I was not alone in my studio. And for 3 months, I was trying to pull through, and I was like, okay, either I find somebody to help me produce, or I'm gonna give up. And that's when actually my partner Anis, when she appeared. I was considering to produce in China, and I actually even tried it. I took one order of a factory that I found on Alibaba. You know, you have to be creative where you find your suppliers from, and I ordered 100 bikinis from them, and they didn't do a bad job, but out of 100 bikinis, there were like 5 bikinis that you couldn't wear. And I realized 2 things, like I wasn't really trusting them. I was afraid that we're gonna steal my design and keep them or sell them to other people. And also I realized that when things went wrong, I couldn't send them back, or they were not willing to change it, to adjust it. It was always like, everything I asked from that factory was like, no problem. But actually when there was a problem, they were like, yeah, it's all right, just accept it, you know? I was like, okay, this feels wrong. And also I don't want to produce in China. I love Taiwan. It's my mom's home country. Yeah, and then my partner popped up, and I was like, bye China, I'm doing it in Taiwan. I actually have to say, like, I'm really, as a person, I'm pretty passive. I'm not a salesperson. I don't like to push a product onto somebody, or I think when people need something, that they will come and get it, and I prefer it that way because I think it's less pressurizing. And I mean, like, my first customers were my friends, and I remember I was so shy about asking them, like, hey, I'm on Kickstarter in Taiwan, and I kind of need 100 orders. Do you think you would like to buy a bikini? And it's gonna arrive at that. Like, I was so shy, but eventually I got more used to it, and I think that was just the first phase where I really needed to push myself to ask my friends to support me. And it wasn't as horrible as I thought, you know, like hard. But I think in general, how I sell the bikinis to people is more like, first of all, I try to make a good product, of course, and then I think you need to package it well so that it attracts people. Like, I will never forget my first marketing class, which was, the teacher asked us in Chinese, what's the difference between sales and marketing? I was like, I don't know. And it was like, well, sales, you make something and you push it to people, and marketing is, you make something and you attract the people to come and get it, like to pull it away from you. So I was like, oh, ding, you know. So that's, I think I've always kept that in my mind. So I don't like to tell people, hey, you know, this is the best bikini ever, you should get one, like, you really need one. Like, I don't do that. I think it's not my personality, and it sucks, and I don't like, it's just totally fake. And you shouldn't be pushing stuff also to your friends if they don't need it. I think I'm actually a little bit of a minimalist myself, so I don't like people to buy something that they don't need. But if you create something really cool and people get more value out of it just because they like your brand, they like what you stand for, then totally come and buy.